Ever since I started covering the most mysterious song on the internet last July, I've received tons of messages from people trying to bring my attention to other lost songs. And frankly, there's tons of these out there, some of them sought after as long as the mysterious song, if not longer. And I started thinking about how kind of completely arbitrary it was that I decided to pick that song to cover. Honestly, it just happened to be the first one that grabbed my attention. And with that in mind, I've decided to highlight some more of these mysterious songs that have fallen through the cracks throughout the years. And while progress is being made in finding the source of the original mysterious song, maybe we can get some leads on these as well. So for this video, let's take a look at some more mysterious songs, an unidentified metal track, a mislabeled JRock song, and an unknown Filthy Frank track. This video is sponsored by Morning Brew. As soon as I wake up, I tend to just go and aimlessly browse social media, hoping to find something interesting. Starting my day with Morning Brew instead gives me something better to look at. Morning Brew is a free daily newsletter that runs Monday through Saturday and gets you up to speed on business news in just 5 minutes in a way that's more witty, relevant, and informative than traditional news. For example, this week, I learned about Zoox, which is an Amazon-funded robo-taxi to drive you around without a driver. And I also learned about just how well Kevin from The Office is doing on his Cameo account. There's no reason not to subscribe to Morning Brew if you're interested in business, finance, or tech. It's completely free and takes less than 15 seconds to subscribe. Just click the link in my description to subscribe to Morning Brew today. This first song is often labeled as the most mysterious metal song or the most mysterious power metal song on the internet. I was wondering why, despite the song being around since the 80s and having an online presence as far back as 2009, why so many people started hitting me up about it recently. And apparently it's because not too long ago, it was covered by Ian Christie on his SiriusXM liquid metal show Roots, which covers the history of metal. He became interested in this mystery when a fan sent him a recording that they claimed to have recorded from the radio station JRock in Chicago in 1987. Let's take a listen. I think the song is awesome and I would love to hear the rest of the album this came from. The Iron Maiden influence is very plain to hear, and at the same time there were a lot of bands that sounded like this at this time. If you listen to metal, it just kind of has that familiar sound that made a lot of people go, this sounds kind of familiar, but I can't really place it. People look through their collections of obscure metal demos and compilations and compare it against bands they are familiar with, but nothing. People also attempted to find it through the lyrics, which sounds like something about Fall of the King or a Fallen King, and this led some investigators to a band named Red Baron, who had a song called Fall of the King and somewhat of a familiar sound. And this one was actually debunked by Ian with one of the strangest coincidences. The guy who sent this mystery tape coincidentally dated the cousin of somebody in this band, and he says no way. Plus, someone contacted the guitarist who says they never recorded their song and that the lyrics are about bringing down a big shot, not really swords and battle stuff. So that rules out Red Baron. Searching for the lyrics also led to a post made in 2009. In the song identification megathread on the Encyclopedia Metallum forums made by Sled1025. Hi all, I have been going through my cassette collection and found a couple of miscellaneous tapes of songs I recorded off the radio, JRock and college radio, back in the mid to late 80s. I've been able to identify every song but one, and it's a really cool song. Can anybody help me figure it out? It's driving me insane. One would think the title is The Fall of the King, but no amount of searching for that or googling the lyrics has returned a valid result. The singer sounds very familiar, so if someone can identify it, I'll probably end up feeling really stupid, but I've been trying to figure this one out for quite a while, and I don't think I ever did know who this was by. Nothing else on the tape is newer than 1988, so that probably dates it to sometime before then. It's definitely 80s metal and fairly heavy. I have transcribed the lyrics to the first verse and chorus and included a link to the MP3. And although the rapid share link he posted is dead now, his interpretation of the lyrics matches up with this song. There are some that theorize that Sled 1025 might have had a higher quality version of the song in his MP3 that would have helped with the search, but honestly, I think it's very likely that this guy and the new guy looking for the song are the same person, and therefore the same recording. One potential lead here, aside from, just hoping that someone who made the song or knew the song happens to hear this, is people who worked at JRock. Ian Christie reached out to Mike Payne, who worked at JRock in those days, but unfortunately Mike Payne had no recollection of this song. He also brought up the possibility of Pat Dawsey, who might have played it at JRock at the time. At the time of me making this video though, nobody has managed to get a response from Pat regarding this mystery. And actually, as I was working on this video, another even more promising lead popped up. This one posted on the Colosseum forums thread about it. The Ripper says, "It seems we are getting very close to solving the mystery thanks to Jonas Lunaboy Kozlowskis, who very cleverly searched for the protected copyright material. So, it seems that the song was written, words and music, in 1987 by a guy called Bernard E. Cavazos, and entitled, apparently, King's Fall. The guy hailed from Texas, indeed as I initially stated, so I should be receiving a half prize here when everyone else voted for Chicago, Canada, etc. Dan, I'm sending over my wand list, well, half of it. As of now, the only Bernard Cavazos from Texas that's popped up is a gynecologist. And yeah, I know doctors play music too, but unfortunately this Bernard Cavazos has a different middle initial. So unfortunately, Dr. Cavazos did not make our song. But if anybody knows a Bernard E. Cavazos who played in a metal band in 1987, let us know. After the release of my most recent Darren Gray video, I had a lot of people hit me up just to kind of look back on weird stuff from the online JRock community back in the day. For example, that woman who claimed that she was possessed by the spirit of Hide, the guitarist of X Japan, after he died. Actually, if I remember properly, she said she was reincarnated as him, which makes no sense because when he died, she was already a fully grown adult. And it's a video I would love to cover, but it seems like there's not much of her left online. But something else that caught my attention was a message about another Mislabeled song. I received an email from the Cthulhu Loser speaking about a song that floated around on Napster claiming to be from the Vampire Hunter D soundtrack entitled Medieval Song. But it wasn't actually from the Vampire Hunter D soundtrack. At some point he lost the track and started searching for it again, and this time it popped up as a Glay song. Here it is. I don't know how familiar you are with the band Glay, but this definitely does not sound like them, and it can't be found on any of their albums to my knowledge. And if you look at Last FM, this song is attributed to Malice Mizer, who, as much as this song doesn't sound like Glay, it sounds even less like Malice Mizer. I also found a post on the Scape forums in 2013 by a user named Jmar who was looking for the song. In his post, he mentions that it was also attributed to Gackt, who, if you're not aware, was also in Malice Mizer for a time. He also mentions that this track found its way into people's collections in a similar way to how Sea of Retards did, just bundled it among full discographies and such. Jmar also points out that the composer for the first Vampire Hunter D is Tetsuya Komuro in his first solo project, so if it were from the original Vampire Hunter D, that's who made it. But it doesn't appear to be from that soundtrack, and frankly the production doesn't even sound similar. I also sat down and listened to the Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust soundtrack and found nothing, as well as the soundtrack from the PlayStation game, and I got a little excited because I found one song that's kinda similar, but it's not the song, and it's not in the soundtrack at all. Some leads also point to a song called Peace of Mind by a rapper named Maroney. However, it appears that he merely sampled this track, as his song came out after the song was already floating around on file sharing services. But what that could indicate is that maybe it's simply a track from a production library. So basically, I'm at a complete dead end with this one. To me, it seems like this song is much more likely to be from a soundtrack than from a band, but I'm just not sure which soundtrack. Several years ago, Filthy Frank made a video entitled How to Pick Up Girls in 30 Different Cultures. Unfortunately, like a lot of his videos, it's been purged from his channel. But thankfully, it's been reposted, and this video contains what's probably the biggest mystery of Frank's career. As the title indicates, Frank shows us how to pick up every flavor of woman from around the world. But what's of particular interest here is Kenya. People have been searching for the song he's dancing to for years with no avail. It's been reported that Joji himself has no idea where he got that, and he's kind of sick of hearing about it. So the first question you gotta ask is, what language is this and what are they saying? And personally, you might be surprised to find out that I know absolutely nothing about African languages, so I'm going off of trusting what other people have said here, but it appears to be a Bantu language. I've seen conflicting opinions about which one specifically it is, but every suggestion it's all Bantu. And I've seen two different versions of the translation. The first is, the child is born, the boy is taken care of. And the other is, the child has been born for us, the boy has been sent to us. The latter of which some people have interpreted to mean it could be a Christmas song. I've seen a few people claim that the song is Kiwami by Bobby Wine, but that seems wrong to me because you can listen to the song on YouTube. I'm not going to play it on here because it's going to get claimed if I do it, but the song is on YouTube, and while it's similar to the one Frank used, it's not the same song, and in fact the vocalist doesn't even really sound like the same guy. Another point of interest in this case is a video posted on December 21st of 2015 by a channel named TM2. The video is called New African Cristiano Ronaldo, Amazing Long Shot HD, and it's a clip where a kid kicks a ball and sends it nowhere near the goal. And when he botches the kick, the song starts playing. Several people ask him where he got the song, and eventually he replies, "Mate, I bought this song on Deep Web. It cost me £10. Obviously, he's probably just fucking with this guy. It's probably just a joke and he grabbed the clip off of Filthy Frank's video, right? But there is that one guy that's like, oh, Deep Web, let's hear him out. Huge erection writes, I think that this guy actually found this song on the Deep Web. You see, this song is either from Uganda, Kenya, or Malawi, all not with great internet freedom or freedom in general. The lyrics are, Ono omwana atzuludwa, omulenzi atzuludwa, Nyanja, Swahili, or Bantu language, which is generally agreed to be, the child has been born for us, the boy has been sent to us, which is clearly suggesting his song is a Christian Christmas song. Now, I'm too lazy to look any of this up, but my theory is that one of the three countries this song was made in, Christianity is censored by the government, therefore forcing the artist to upload it to the deep web. Maybe I'm thinking too much of this. And while I'm open to the possibility of the African Christian deep web, I'm pretty sure this guy is just messing with you. And that's basically all we know about this song. Of all the songs I spoke about in this video, this is probably the one that's had the longest sustained search with the most eyes on it for the longest time, and yet we have nothing. I can't say that I have a massive amount of viewers that live in Africa, but maybe someone who sees this video will just happen to recognize it. But anyway, that's all for now. Let me know what you think about this type of video, because there's a lot of songs out there like this that I could make more videos like this on. And also, check out my video about the Italian version of the Urusei Yatsura theme. I'm out.